Hey guys, I'm Marty Geek. In this video, I have an unboxing and hands-on look of the latest OneXPlayer that was sent to me so I can try it out and make a video for you guys. Now, if you remember a couple months ago, I did a video for this OneXPlayer. This is the OneXPlayer 8.4 inches AMD processor. And it's really cool. I'm uploading a whole bunch of videos playing video games with this video game console, which is a handheld PC game console, right? And I just received this one. This one is the little brother. This is the OneXPlayer Mini. Like you see right there, it says Mini. And I've been using it for a couple weeks already, and trying it out and playing some video games here and there. And I put it back in the box so you guys can see, have an idea of what it looks like when you get it from the, from the company. I was going to take it out of here. In the inside, you got an instruction manual. And of course, you got a charging block, which is okay. This is the cable right here, which I haven't used because I'll be using my own cables. But it comes with a USB-C cable, right? USB-C to USB-C, and it comes with a 65-watt charging brick, which is good to charge this device fast. This will charge your device pretty fast, and I believe this is a 65-watt. So yeah, so let's go put that to the side. Other than that, there's nothing more in the box there. I'm gonna put this to the side as well. And here is the console, right? I'm gonna take this out now. Sorry for the way it looks, but I just wanted to show you guys that it actually comes with, well protected. Comes with this plastic over it, and it also comes with this screen protector, which is not a screen protector, is a plastic over it. And I totally forgot I started using the console without taking this off because it was so well put in that I barely could notice that that was actually a plastic that was removable. So yeah, so this is it. This is the 7 inches AMD processor. CPU is a AMD Ryzen 7 5800U, which is basically the same power as that one right there. Let's go ahead and turn it on so you guys can see how it looks when you turn it on. I already logged in. I already set up this device the way that I want it. That's one thing about these devices that I don't like, is that basically when you're loading them up for the first time out of the box, you're basically loading like a computer. When you buy a computer or a laptop, you have to, sign in, follow all the Windows, instructions and, all that stuff. And there it is. This is how it looks right now. It's using Windows 11, of course. And like I said, this is the AMD version of the 7-inch Mini, because they also sell an i7, I think, I don't know if it's Intel Core Lake, something like that processor, but this is the AMD Ryzen 7. It has an AMD Radeon RX Vega 8 graphic card. In the inside, there's 16 gigabytes of RAM, and this model right here actually has a 512 gigabytes of storage. Now that's kind of sucks because 512 gigabytes, believe me, it fills up really fast when you're installing AAA games. And also what I didn't like here is that the 512 gigabytes is actually partitioned into two partition. So you have to try to install as much as you can on one and on the other partition. So for me, it would have been better if they had a whole partition, the whole 512. That for me, it would have been better for installing games. But other than that, these devices are basically computers, Windows PC that lets you install any launcher that you want. Like if you're into Epic Launcher, you can install the Epic Launcher and play all your PC games here. If you are a Steam person, you can go ahead and download the Steam launcher and just go ahead and install all the cool games here. The cool thing about these devices compared to the Switch is that there's a whole bunch of great prices on great AAA games and a lot of great indie games as well. Now let's go show you guys the differences between this device in size compared to the 8.4. Look at that. Look at the differences between those two devices. It is very huge difference when you are carrying them together. Over here in the back, it has this is where the airflow goes out, right here in the back. If you see the other one, it has these over here, and it has a kickstand. This one does not have a kickstand, which kind of sucks. I wish it did have a kickstand, but it doesn't have a kickstand. This one also has buttons here in the back for the volume and the power, I believe that's it. And over here, like you see right here, you got the triggers, which is really good. This console feels really good when it comes to the triggers and the button pressing. Oh my God, it is very, very well done. And here you got the power button, you got the up and down volume, 3.5 millimeter jack there. You got a USB 3.0 there and a USB 2.0. This is the USB-C and a USB 3.0 right there. Very cool. And over here in the back, on the bottom, you have the USB-C port, which you can also use to charge. That's the main one that I use to charge. I like the fact that it has it here in the bottom, because right here, like see, on this one, it didn't have the USB-C ports in the bottom. All the ports was actually on the tab, including the charging port, which was this one, I believe. And you got a SD card here. And I'm surprised that this one doesn't have an SD card. Wait a second. I just realized that this one doesn't have an SD card, or does it? Holy crap, I've been using it for a couple weeks, and I just realized that this one doesn't have an SD card, the Mini. Oh, that can't be true. Wow, it doesn't. But, you know, this is Windows. So the cool thing is this uses an NVMe SSD M.2 storage, storage device, and I believe you can actually open it up and put one yourself if you're into that. Now let's go and show you guys the differences between this one and the Nintendo Switch. Right, this is the differences between them two. You know, it still looks bigger, thicker as well, but it looks, a little bit more closer to each other when it comes to size. And one thing that I love about this one is that the way they did the design here in the back, the way they did the palm rest right here, I love what they did here, because this feels super comfortable when you're playing video games. And you can play video games here for hours and your fingers never feel like tired or anything like that, or cramped up whatsoever, because it has a very cool form here in the back, where you rest your fingers. And it feels so damn comfortable. Holding this feels way more comfortable, believe me guys, than holding the Nintendo Switch. Way more. Even though it's a little bit thicker, it's a little bit wider, but it feels way more comfortable playing here than on the Nintendo Switch. The button pressing, everything here feels really good. The sticks, they feel very good. The D-pad also feels really good. Also, the battery life here, I believe it has a 12,450 milliamp per hour battery, and the battery, I've been getting around 4 hours if I'm playing games like Trek to Yomi, games like Tunic, games like cool indie games are actually getting around 4 hours of battery life when it comes to playing here. Now, when you're playing high-end games, like for example Death Stranding or Mortal Kombat or Forza Horizon, games like that, well, you're gonna get the battery life is gonna go down like around 2 hours to 3 hours of battery life. That's something you're gonna have to live with, because hey, that's the battery life, And over here I also have installed Game Pass for PC here as well. That's something very cool as well, that I've been playing. A lot of the games here that I've been playing has been from the Xbox Game Pass. I've been playing Forza. I've been playing the Mortal Kombat 11. Plays awesomely here on this console. And the cool thing about playing video games here on this console compared to the 8.4 console is that since the screen is 1200 by 870 screen, the games load up automatically for that spec resolution, and games run actually very nice and smooth. And that's something that I love about this console compared to the 8.4. Problem with this one is that since the screen is 1920 by 1200, something like that, so most of the games that you install here, especially AAA games, it tries to load up the games at 1080p. So when you start playing the video games here, it starts playing good, but then like 5 seconds later, the fans turn on, the graphics start stuttering and all that. And it's because, just because the screen is 1080p doesn't mean you should be playing video games there at 1080p, right? Especially AAA games. So I have to always end up lowering and tweaking the graphics with that system. On this system, I don't. On this system, the games, when you install it and you launch it, automatically they're either 1920 by 800, 1200 by 800, or 720p. And the games always are running nice and smooth here without me having to go to the settings and tweaking them. Now, like I said, I've enjoyed using this device a lot, so much that I've been playing a lot of PC games that I wish I could play on my Nintendo Switch. That's for sure. And the cool thing about these PC games is that, like I said, there's so many great deals on Steam and Epic and all those PC launchers that, especially if you can install Game Pass, is that it's so much cheaper to play here. And the games load up pretty good, pretty nice. It looks great on the screen as well. But of course, the problem is the price. This goes for over $1,200, I think it is, or $1,300. I'll leave links in my descriptions for this device and for all the other OneXPlayer devices in my descriptions. That way, if you want to read a little bit more about this device and other devices, you can get it from there. But that's the only thing holding this device back from me telling you go ahead and run and get this device, because of the price. Because we got the Steam Deck coming around the corner. I still don't have the Steam Deck, which would have been nice to compare it with the Steam Deck, but I think I'm gonna have to return this device because this is a loaner for a while, so I can try make a video for you guys. But I think I'm gonna have to return it in before I actually get my Steam Deck. That would have been nice to actually compare both devices, since they actually have similar specs, similar size of screen and everything. But this has good power. It feels really good. Like I said, I love how it feels in my hands. It's not noisy at all. The fans turn up, but they're not noisy at all. It has it right here. You can actually turn on turbo here, so it can ramp up the CPU and run the games a little bit smoother. But you don't notice the fans that much compared to the other one, right? Of course, you have this right here, which lets you switch between, if you're loading a game, you can switch between the desktop and the game right here. That's cool. It also has this button right here, which is an on-screen keyboard. You can at any time turn it on and start writing there. And of course, this button right here is the turbo button that actually raises the force of the CPU. It makes it use when it turned on. Sometimes you'll hear the fan. If you press it again, it'll shut off completely the fans. And that's it. Here you got the settings. Here you got the other settings button right here. And like I said, buttons, construction wise, built wise, it feels like a totally finished device. Compared to this one right here. Compared to this one actually it's really good and powerful, but it doesn't feel as good and finished as this one. This one feels so much polished and like a finished product that could be on the shelves with the next to the Nintendo Switch. But of course, because of the price, is going to be holding it down. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching this video. Let me know what you think about the OneXPlayer Mini R7 AMD processor version. Like I said, there's an Intel version as well, but I believe this one is the one that a lot of people should really get, because AMD with the AMD Radeon graphic cards and the 16 RAMs, it's really good. Games run very smooth here, and the screen actually looks really nice as well when you're watching videos and when you're playing video gameplay with cool cutscenes. It looks really damn good. So guys, thanks for watching this video. Let me know what you think about it, and if you have any questions about this device, just leave it in the comments, and I'll leave the links for this device in my descriptions as well. Thanks for watching. Till next time, guys. Bye-bye.